Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because you can join said Discord group by clicking on... Oh, hold on. Need the exclamation point. That link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that and you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here. We'll set ourselves back to our defaults. And I'll hop into Discord, but let me know if there is anyone who would like to get us started today. In fact, you guys may have already done a bit of that. Let me just double check here. How's everybody doing? Lilac, maybe, possibly, for a little bit, depending on how the internet gods are feeling. The Worm Man core has appeared, Phaler as well. Chewing Dragon here is... Oh, Chewing Dragon already has a request for us. 3 curs against 3 imps. Macaws? How's everybody doing? Let's see. Just skim through a bit here. Core is in, it looks like. Lilac wanted in, but it sounded like Lilac was only available for a short time. And that time may have come and gone already. So Lilac, technically I think you did express interest first. If you are still interested and available, let us know. Happy to get you in. If not, I'm reading between the lines a little bit. It sounds like you might have had to step away for a little bit. And if you come back later, of course, we can look to get you in. But maybe in the meantime, we'll get someone else in instead. Yeah, it says I'll be back very soon. Okay. So I think that might be the case with Lilac. So, in that circumstance, it looks like it might be Core who expressed interest, and then, let's see. I think Macaws. I think Core and Macaws. Yeah, that's what it looks like. From what I can tell, if you two are up for it, if now works... Oh, let me get Steam Friends going here.
Come on, Lids, that's mean. Why would you ever Steam your friends?
I'm not going there. I don't know if you realize how dark that implication might have been, but it was potentially unbelievably dark, and I'm not even starting to go there. Macaws, you just have to believe. You have to believe in the heart of the cards. And by the heart of the cards, I mean the heart of the orb? Heart of the pyre? Heart of the talismans? Something like that. Oh, do I? Hold on. I might have a controller plugged in. Let me double check. I might have forgotten to unplug my controller. Is this a controller? Yep. One moment. That may or may not have messed with things. My bad. My bad.
I'll be Pyre Hearts.
Okay. Let's see, do we have Macaws in as well? Let me know if I need to resend the invite.
Nope, he is in.
Awesome. How is he doing?
McHoss is a little tired, but we're
Okay.
doing well otherwise.
Good, good, good. Well, it's good to hear from this McCoss through, of course, a third party.
Not sure where the third person or the third person came from, but
No worries, no worries.
I'm in too deep now.
All right, well,
Toss is in too deep now.
let's see.
He is indeed.
Oh, Macaws? Okay, this could be exciting or could be cursed. Right now, Steam Remote Play says you have 2 controllers plugged in, so that makes me a little nervous, but we'll see how we fare here.
Oh, interesting.
If both of you hit your bumpers, what happens? Now, I did have my controller plugged in at the beginning, which might have messed things up a bit, so...
Yeah, nothing happens for me.
Okay, so... in that case, I think we'll try getting into the setup screen, but it may be that I have thrown a monkey wrench into things here. In which case, we'll see to what extent we need to adapt. But it sounds like we might have McCoss player 2, and at the moment, Core is, well, none of the players, but maybe he's player 1. Okay, and Core said you wanted to go Pyre Hearts Core, is that right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, and then I see True Nightwings here. Okay. So, we did have a request. It was for 3 curs against 3 imps.
I'll take the curs. Unless McCoss wants otherwise.
I will take the imps as I was raised by imps.
The lore gets deeper. Alright.
You mean McCoss was raised by imps?
Yes. Yes.
Well, are we talking about McCoss here, or are we talking about this third party who's speaking on McCoss's behalf?
Well, I don't think we care about the actual third party.
Will the real McHoss please stand up?
That's what we need to know.
I don't think he's capable of it.
I bid you welcome, exiles. You are gathered at the Ridge of Goal. At stake here in this rite is your salvation. Only the righteous shall emerge victorious. Pyre Heart, stand prepared. True Nightwing, stand prepared. Now we shall get started.
Okay, so we have the triple cur against triple imp.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Okay, let's...
Nothing's happened.
We can always try
Yeah,
resorting to this musical chairs. Come on. What about now?
No.
Okay, what if counterintuitively we change which controllers McCoss is registered for and see if that helps Core?
No.
Okay. This double controller stuff is throwing me for a bit of a loop here.
Choose someone.
Okay, this is funky, but let's try it. What about now?
Nothing for me. I don't know if McCoss is using it as well.
What if we go McCoss as controller 1 and 2, Core as controller 4? Very counterintuitive, but
And McCoss move?
anything on your end, McCoss?
I'm twisting all the knobs.
Alright,
Nothing is happening.
I would say we both replug.
Yeah, why don't we start with that, and then, given how I messed things up a bit with my controller being plugged in, I might have necessitated that we restart the game. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but let's start by just unplugging, replugging it first.
I replugged. Nothing for me.
No improvements to Core after doing that?
No improvements.
Okay.
We might have to reset.
Yeah, I think I screwed this one up by having my controller plugged in. I'm gonna restart Pyre real quick. That's probably my bad.
We have to make it up to us.
Okay, so we have this stuff ready still. Let me get invite here and invite there.
Actually, let me.
I'm player 1.
Alright, I think I might have found an issue on my end. Hold on.
Okay.
Might explain the Bluetooth problem.
Oh.
Let's try this.
Sounds like you might be onto something here. Okay. Theoretically, we have you, but oh, this is promising. I like that. Okay. Let's start before something else happens.
Good evening, exiles. Welcome to the Isle of Kaelmer. Here you may step closer to achieving freedom. May further shame befall whomever fails.
Looks like I have the home field
Firehearts stand
advantage.
ready.
Ooh,
True Nightwings, stand prepared.
that may be the case here. Okay, first the tech check. It looks like, assuming this is core, it looks like we're good here. Remember, we do have that request for all curs against all imps.
Barker.
So core locks in Barker, and assuming this is Macaw's?
This is McCoss.
Very good. There. Wait, hold on. It's the real Macaw's?
Or is it?
The world may never know. But I think the real or not real Macaw's made a very good point there as to the home field advantage. I mean, of all the various arenas, I would argue the Isle of Kaelmer might be number one in terms of, almost certainly has to be number one in terms of the most raucous home crowd, right? I mean, where else? No one else could compete with that.
Well, the trees, the brambles that close around you.
But we we had to nerf the trees. The home field advantage was too strong.
Right, I see.
Maybe an unmodded glade, you would have a good point there, but after they've been artificially reeled in, I think there is only one winner, and that is the Isle of Kaelmer. And whether that means, well, actually, what would be the home team on the Isle of Kaelmer? I mean, of course, Macaw's going with a full imp team. By that account, you could certainly make the case this is his home stadium, but in terms of triumvirate, there isn't really a team that calls the Isle of Kaelmer home. And since every team except for the True Nightwings does have a very clear and obvious home arena, then does that, by process of elimination, make the Isle of Kaelmer the arena of the True Nightwings? So by both accounts, this would be Macaw's home arena? I guess you could make that case.
Those are cool, man.
Alright, so here we go. Our first ride of the night, Core on the left, representing the all-Cur team with the Pyre Hearts, and then Macaw's on the right. The True Nightwings going in all-imp fashion, as per Chewing Dragon's request. And a couple of big defensive plays there from the imps, but ultimately, Core's persistence pays off, is able to plunge in there for 20 damage, but does lose Barker in the process. Not that it matters much on this occasion, as he is able to fill in with a different Cur. for a 20 damage plunge, and that time it was with a Prayer Beads Cur. So Core still at full strength here, but now Macaws on the attack. Some nifty maneuvering with the imps, but not quite nifty enough. Core has the threat of those banishing throws, banishes the last defender with them, but by scoring with the throw, it's just 15 rather than the usual 20 damage one would get from a Cur plunge. Oh, and a series of banishments there. Now an opportunity here for Core. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see the BM. He throws in the Cur salute.
He thinks he's so good.
The orbs engulfed.
Here, perhaps we see the difference between having to go the throwing route on a few occasions, as the damage is a little bit less. On both of those previous scores, it means Macaws is still holding on here. Macaws, with a couple of defensive plays, does have a portal. Super portal, no less. Gets infinite stamina after going through it. Core tries to snipe, but Macaws' imp is just out of range. Meanwhile, Macaws is, of course, also on the attack. And there we go, sets up a 25 damage plunge. No prayer beads though on that imp, so Macaws is now at just 2 imps here. Core looking for the winning plunge, doesn't get it though. Macaws gets the stop. Messenger imp down, that leaves just Raji. Macaws does have the portal. So Core able to get the banishment, and with the orb now able to get the winning throw.
GG's.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two. Now let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No one is throwing Darren Korb into the pyre, okay? No Darrens were involved in this rite. But let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. Iroder, Frost King, good to see you both. We must say no! No! Darren is innocent. Also, he doesn't spell his name that way, but that's beside the point. Anything we're looking for this next one, or are we going to leave this one up to the players to take whatever they'd like? That is, of course, an option. Right, exactly. We can't afford to sacrifice Darren Korb's music. Let alone, you know, the whole question of whether human sacrifice is ever the right idea in the first place. But that's secondary, right? Okay, well, I'm not seeing anything else request-wise, so I think this one is just going to be up to the players to take whatever they want here.
The Pyre hearts shall confront.
And this time, we had the Imp Arena. Well, last time we had the Imp Arena. This time we have what is technically the Cur Arena. Of course, Core is no longer locked into having a 100% Cur team, so as whether you could call this his home arena, perhaps not. But he does break out the Canned Singularity False Step Stowaway. A Core classic of sorts. One that he does like to break out, especially on this arena. Right, now that's definitely a secondary issue, right? Let's not get that one. Not worried too much about that one. As for this match we have set up here, though, Macaws now, after having taken a worm in the first spot, going for a quick throwing Bertrude, of course, unblockable throws from her. Was the false step stowaway, followed by Snandra, and now last spot is an exploding Gilman for Core. Macaws opts for a second worm here with Gilman. So here we go. The stowaway banished quickly, but then again, by many accounts, that is a fundamental component of Core's strategy here in order to activate the magnet-like effects of the can singularity. Oh, McCoss looking to charge up a throw, but could tell he was just a little bit out of range there. There is the stowaway. Her throw originally off target, but Core with just enough time to redirect, get that throw on target for a 20 damage score. Stowaway brings back a teammate. She goes down. Oh, but there was no false step involved, so yes, we see the stunning claim, but that's not the entirety of what Core is trying to set up here, so he has to settle for just a 12 damage worm throw when ideally he'd be looking at something a little more in the 20-point ballpark with the stowaway like that.
From afar into the Pyre's flame.
And with the throw means the stowaway is still here in this round, though McCoss won the initial orb race. Core has it back though. This time settles for a quick 10 damage throw from the stowaway. McCoss first to the orb once more. Now the stowaway has it back. Black magic jump does eventually mean the stowaway curves her way in, but with that plunge, she's now gone in this round. As is Snadra, now leaving just Gilman, at least temporarily, although Core can bring his teammates back, courtesy of that sacred bond. Oh, the shoulder smash from Snadra, banishing the defender. But here's Deluge. His throw lands here. Good for 10. Bertrude. Down she goes. Oh, and with that black magic jump, Core finishes the job.
GG's.
Yeah.
GG.
The ceremony is complete.
Well played, you two. Alright, now we will head on back
Until the stars align.
and let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. It looks like I'm interpreting that as Dread Design being the song request. So that much we have confirmed. As to whether there is anything team setup-wise we're looking for here, well, let us know. Otherwise, we could always go back to what we did last time and have the players take their preferred setups. Oh, the arena is also the Eastlock Arena. So there is a bit of a theme growing here. One cursed talisman each, says Frost King, that perhaps building even more upon this theme. I mean, not that people would voluntarily take a whole bunch of additional cursed talismans, but theoretically, can someone take multiple cursed talismans if they would like, or is it a hard and fast exactly one cursed talisman? Oh dear. Okay, well, I mean, that was perhaps pretty clear that was on its way. Just exactly one cursed talisman. Okay, gotcha. And we do have indications that Lilac may be arriving soon, in which case we can look to get Lilac in the near future, but why don't we get this one in at the very least? And with this Titan active, that does mean that it is McCoss who will be getting the extra brain cell here, so beware. With great power comes great responsibility.
I mean, 0 cells times 1 is still...
No, it's additive, not multiplicative, don't worry.
Ah, I see.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So remember, there is a talisman request for each of you to use exactly one cursed talisman. Pretty rare, of course, that we see people voluntarily use those cursed talismans nowadays, but there are one or two ways to make them half decent. So will players try to go that route, or will they just try to find a way to make those cursed talismans, and perhaps even the characters using them, disappear and kind of forget that we had to do that in the first place? Core did lock in the cursed talisman in the very first spot, using the, I think it was the Black Heart, which is the one that can potentially turn the characters into a Howler, and if you take the Imp Salute, you can transform immediately back into Imp form, which does basically cancel out the downside of that talisman. Of course, there's still the opportunity cost. You're not allowed to take a Webbed Lanthorn or something else that might have otherwise been your preferred Imp talisman. But Mikos goes a different route here. It's Ignarius with the Claw. So good to see both players experimenting in slightly different ways with those cursed talismans. And now again, not that either of you were probably looking to add additional cursed talismans, but Frost King did specify it is exactly one cursed talisman, so you are not allowed to take any more, I'm sorry. Instead, Core goes legendary talisman for Udmilda, allowing her to cast through obstacles in this arena. We do have, of course, a bit of a withdrawn and crone theme here, so Core playing into that a little bit. Whereas Mikos goes Luminous Idol Pamitha, for stamina restoration. Core will take a quick throwing Manly in the last spot. Then, as we were saying, Webbed Lanthorn, perhaps the talisman of preference on most imps, and that is the direction that Mikos goes with the final exile choice. Mikos now with Pamitha, activating that Luminous Idol to get the stamina back, and it's tricky to deal with that. That is a strong setup. Haven't seen it quite as much as of late, but make no mistake. It is Core nonetheless, though, able to plunge for 15 here with that imp that was his exile with the Cursed Talisman. And so no prayer beads there, it means he is impless. Meanwhile, here is Mikos' exile with the Cursed Talisman, but Ignarius goes down here. Udmilda, throw is unblockable, however, it did not have enough range on it. Mikos able to intercept. Now Core with the quick throwing Manly. Does he have enough range from the safety of that sapling aura? Might be a little bit of a stretch, but if he stepped a little bit beyond it, no, Mikos able to intercept. From some ranges, those sap throws are unblockable, but Mikos has been doing a good job with those interceptions. Defenseless here, though. So on this occasion, no way to stop that throw, although, was that off the wall?
It was off the wall.
It was not. I held lock on.
Could see, it seemed like Manly turned at the last second there, but it was hard to tell if that came before or after the throw. Speaking of throws, though, here is a 15 damage throw from Core's Imp. Pamitha, she's quick, but she is banished nonetheless. That Black Claw, that's the Cursed Talisman that we saw on Iggy. Prevents him from casting, but he does keep his aura when he has the orb, which with a big orb is useful, or with a big aura is useful, but not big enough to stop that throw from Manly. Ooh, and a couple of banishments there. So Mikos now with just Messenger Imp. Messenger Imp goes down. Orb inadvertently hits Mikos' Pyre, bounces back out. Does slow Core down, but not enough to stop him from getting the winning score.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
GG.
The
GG.
rite is done.
Well played, you two. And let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Okay, and let us know, chat, if there is anything we would like to have for the next one. Otherwise, we'll reset ourselves here. Like so. Oh, and like that. Anything in particular we're looking for this one, or are we thinking we'll leave this up to the players? Seeing nothing at the moment, it looks like the orb is in the player's court. Just trying to find a way to pyrify that metaphor, that phrase, but as for which metaphorical court we find ourselves in, it is the Spring of Jomir. And with no requests, that means it is up to the players to go with whatever they'd like. And on this occasion, for core at least, that is a power casting Snadra. Which Macaus answers with an exploding Snadra. Welcome back, Lilac. How's it going? I hope you're doing okay. We heard that you had a quote-unquote mouse emergency. I hope that meant as in the electronic device and not as in the animal, because the latter is probably a little more concerning. But at the moment, we have some core Macaus action here. We've had several requests from chat, but this one here is going to be just up to the players to go with whatever they'd like, team-wise. Last one was a very cursed theme. But this time, it's Snadra leads. Oh, and the shield from the sap, at least on Core's end, to assist Snadra. And then the Snadras canceling each other out with a double shoulder smash. You don't see that very often. Macaus. Back with Snadra, but Snadra explodes. Macaus momentarily defenseless, Orb bounces back out, Core retrieves, and... Do you have a portal there? That was awfully quick. Snadra for Macaus. Wins the Snadra duel. Now, Core defenseless. Macaus gets the throw in with his imp for 13. Snadra against Snadra once again, and once again they cancel each other out. Fittingly enough. But this time it's a 25 damage Tizo plunge for Core, but it means no Tizo in this round. Instead, trying to go the Snadra route, but she's thwarted. Macaus trying to make his way through, but instead it's still Core here. Fairly defensive teams from both players, you could argue here. Neither player really going the speedy routes, and not quite speedy enough for Macaus to get the throw off in time there. Snadra by herself against the opposing Snadra, and now it's a race of the Snadras. Again, not usually considered the speediest of exiles, but with those big power casts, she can do things like banish both of the remaining defenders, but with the numbing gust, it did slow Core down and allow Macaus to recover defensively. Core with the sap throw. That one lands for 25. Snadra against Snadra once again, and once again, they cancel each other out. That duel has not disappointed. Core now with a somewhat dangerous portal there, not an automatic score, but one that Makoss will still need to be mindful of. Makoss now has a portal as well, but a free orb here, and Makoss defenseless. That does slow Core down with the Numbing Gust. Portal move, but still dangerous for Core. Not as close to the opposing Pyre from Makoss, but does still give him the infinite stamina. Wait, that was a crazy ping-pong orb for a second there.
More banishment for Sandra.
Core plotting his next move. Is it with Snadra here? Well, it might have been, but she was stopped. Makoss does just enough to avoid the very scary shoulder smash from Snadra. Snadra with her shield, that's not enough to stop her from getting banished there. But instead, it was Core's imp, except with Makoss's rekindling, he's still holding on. Does, however, mean now that with just about any score, Core would likely be able to finish it here. I don't believe Makoss has any leech, although Snadra can get some from her mastery, so there's a chance he has it from that. And here is an opportunity for none other than Snadra to score, and there is leech. That's 10 Pyre life back for Makoss. And now possible for Makoss to withstand a hit, although Core may still have enough damage to get rid of all of Makoss's Pyre life in one go. Now, if, however, Makoss can score again with Snadra, suddenly, 20 more damage, 10 more leech, Core can no longer finish this with one score. But Snadra, with that shield, nearly bulldozed her way through. Makoss did just enough to slow Core down. Everyone down on Makoss's side, though. Again, those shields to set up Snadra. Slowly sauntering forward, but not quick enough to challenge Makoss. As for Tizo, though, well, Makoss has it back here and is on the attack with his sap, no less. Core tried to launch the counter through his portal, but Makoss wasn't fooled. Makoss on the attack here and gets a throw in. That's good for 15 damage. Once again, the Snadras continuing to find new ways to banish each other simultaneously. Snadra for Core now. Banished by none other than the opposing Snadra. Tizo against Tizo. Tizo wins, and that means a 25 damage plunge for Core. And if not for Snadra's leech earlier, that would have been enough to finish the job for Core, but Makoss still holding on here. Snadra banished. The other Snadra from Makoss. Not quite enough to avoid banishment from the sapling, but opportunity perhaps for Makoss here. Goes for 15 damage, imp throw. Oh, now Makoss giving Core a little bit of a taste of his own medicine here. The shield on Snadra, look at that. This time blocked, though. Now it's Core with Snadra. Goes the intimidating stunner steps to set up the winning plunge.
GG.
GG, what a match.
Adversaries confidently thwarted.
Well played.
The rite is ended.
All right, well, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And I think, especially after that match, we have to give these two at least one more go here, if not a couple. I know we have at least one other person who's looking to get in here, so we can get you in the near future, Lilac. But why don't we give these two at least a little bit of time to take on this customize off match, courtesy of Frost King's request. And I think we also had Lilac's theme as the song. Now, does that mean the Stowaways theme? We have one other thing as well. I think that was it. Lilac approval? Okay. I think that means we're good to go here. Of course, customize off means randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans, and we won't even get to see what those things are in advance, just gonna get thrown straight into the action, so who knows what we're about to get here.
The Pyre Hearts
It is on the boat, no less.
through night wings.
Crone, Nomad, and Worm for Core. 2 Imps and a Worm for Macoss. Other details yet to be determined. See the Sacred Bond for Core coming from Headwind. Macoss checking for the salutes. Doesn't look like he had it on one of the Imps.
There goes Tizo.
Does have portals, though. It's a somewhat dangerous position for that portal, no less, though those worm throws are unblockable, and 18 damage. More than you would have expected to have seen. That throw, well, Udmilda's momentum was taking her away from the Pyre. Macoss discovers the magic that is boat magic for imps. Oh, and tries to go reverse psychology, expecting the defender to jump. Couldn't quite make it in. There's the Astral Eye, confirmation of just how exactly Core was getting that extra damage for his worm. It's coming at the cost of reduced hope. That's another unblockable throw. It's 13 from the Crone. This time it's Macoss with the unblockable throw. Good for 13 damage. Ooh, is that a slightly further distance jump from the Crone on the boat? I feel like you don't see that very often. Macoss, though, extra damage and extra magic, courtesy of the boat, helping to assist Tizo on that occasion. A bit of a runway here for Macoss, and that sets up this 15 damage worm throw. And suddenly we are just about tied. Macoss, once again, with Gilman. The throw, however, low enough that it was interceptable. Oh, and everyone down on Macoss's side, but has what must be a Typhoon bottle to slow down Core. And Black Heart on one of Macoss's exiles we just saw. Oh dear. And with that extra damage on Udmilda as well? Core with all this extra damage. Shooting Star on Headwind. Not sure if we had that confirmed previously either. Those are pretty significant talismans that Core has. And with those talismans, able to set up the winning score.
GG.
GG.
A rite conducted with aplomb.
Yeah, I discovered the banishing throws on Headwind the round before.
Okay.
Because when he collided in the air, he dropped it and hit
Oh.
the ground. Banishing throw.
Interesting. All right.
Until the stars align.
Well, let's head on back. And as I said, I know we have at least one person who is now interested in getting in. So Lilac, well, let me just reset ourselves here. Assuming you are still interested and available. Chewing Dragon also wants in. Okay, so in that case, what do we say we go for one more here between Core and Macoss, and then we could potentially do a double switch for Lilac and Chewing Dragon?
Sure, I'm down.
For sure.
I'm down to get out after one.
Okay. That's true. As long as Lilac's internet connection cooperates. So we might need to get someone else in if things do not go according to plan. But fingers crossed, knock on wood. We're hoping we'll be okay this time. I don't think that will help. Oh well, I mean, then again, we are talking about Lilac's potential challenger here, so I suppose maybe it's just some trash talk. But okay, do we have any requests for what may very well end up being our last match between Core and Macoss tonight? If not, then of course we could just have them go with whatever they'd like. That does work. Well, Lilac will be sending you guys back to the boat. At the very least, there will be that. But it's looking like that may be all. So let's get started.
The Pyre Hearts shall confront the true Nightwings. Welcome.
Alright, so the team composition
Who shall
is all up
conduct
to the players
the
here.
rites?
The boat was locked in. We'll see to what extent that affects their choices. Corcos for banishing throws on Barker. Curs, not usually known for being big beneficiaries of the boat magic.
Oh, I am not moving.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, maybe pause and unpause me real quick?
Yeah. Can you pause at all? Usually, you
No,
pause.
I cannot.
Oh, let me see if there's any... Huh. Well, we can always try going this route. It's,
I got a quick rumble.
Okay, that's, maybe that's encouraging then.
Oh, nope, just kidding.
It's a dangerous dance. Experimenting with remote play like this, but mayhaps it will work?
Did you alt tab? Is that what it was, Mikos?
Maybe?
I don't know.
What about now?
Nope.
This would be...
Well,
What, if you try unplugging, replugging?
I can do that. Unplugged. Replugged.
Seemingly no luck?
Nope.
Even if you tried to pause? Oh, hold on. We might be in business here. What about now?
Alright, so I am pausing. I can move the cursor here. Just not here.
Okay.
It sounds like you just pick and...
Yeah, usually that means once the right actually starts, you'll be fine.
Okay, cool.
So
Alright,
I've just enabled your keyboard mouse. If you'd like to select with keyboard mouse, you can do it that way. Otherwise, you could just tell me and I can click them for you.
Sure thing.
Tay.
Okay, so hopefully that'll work out fine for Mikos then. Usually it does. We have seen that a few times.
Tamatha.
Prayer beats Pamatha in the second spot for core. Mikos led with the stowaway. Now Speedy Ignarius. Core
Ignarius.
mixing it up a little bit with a leeching Ignarius instead. Mikos will go Webbed Lanthorn Snadra, the last selection.
Commence.
And it looks like it's working fine for Mikos from what I can tell here, so looks like we're good to go. Iggy sets up the Brazen Manor, but all of his teammates are down now. He has the orb, though. Can he become a one-demon army? How utterly brazen.
Firehearts make their mark upon the flame.
Such brazery.
Does, however, mean he is now gone in this round, and that means a little more room for McCoss to do that. Score with the stowaway, mimicking the most stylish raiments in the downside.
Magnificent.
But Core able to actually get what was originally going to be a throw, but followed up with a 20 damage Cur Plunge with Barker. There's the Brazen Manor threat, and there it is, realized with Ignarius' 40 damage plunge. I hope Iggy wins, they say, with an Ignarius on either team. It's a pretty safe bet, I would say. Stowaway. Throw intercepted. Core now with Pamitha, and only Pamitha. Perhaps stalling to get some reinforcements, or might not need them, as Pamitha does do the plunging here for 20 damage.
Your victories at last.
Oh, and a snipe there from Barker. Of a couple different varieties. Somehow that didn't banish Ignarius, though. Instead, he goes all boat magic, bulldozes his way through the opposing team, but eventually does go down to none other than the other Ignarius. Stowaway, first to the orb, but throw is intercepted here. Pamitha, down she goes. It's a fight near Core's Pyre. Meanwhile, the orb is on the other side of the arena. And Iggy nearly snuck through. As for the other Iggy, he hopscotches back and forth, sets up the Brazen Manor. Meanwhile, Pamitha and Barker trying to clear out some space, but McCoss has it back. Iggy banished. Barker banishes and gets the throw. I'm not convinced if that was intended to be a scoring attempt or a banishing attempt. That one definitely was McCoss with his sights set on the Pyre, though. 20 damage from the Stowaway's throw. Iggy with some boat magic. Stowaway's throw intercepted. And, ooh, Core awfully close, but not close enough. Stowaway banished here. Duel of the Ignariuses. Ignarius does win. Stowaway returns to assist McCoss, but the throw is still intercepted.
A swift recovery.
Oh my goodness! That is the quite a bit of height we just saw Core's Cur gain. Meanwhile, however, Ignarius plunging here. Stowaway sneaks in a throw there for 20 damage in between the defenders. Oh, and Parker does just enough to get the banishment on the throw. With the orb back, opts trying to banish with that throw instead of score what would have been the deciding score. But instead, McCoss now with possession, with a chance to punish Core for his hubris. Pamitha. Once again, Core hesitates to score. Gives McCoss a little bit of time, but Iggy down. Core now back with Barker. Barker down. Pamitha back. Switches into Core's Iggy, but he's banished. Now McCoss's Iggy runs out of stamina, but still finds a way through. McCoss first to the orb, throws it in, and suddenly we have ourselves a sudden death match.
Now to the flame.
McCoss with Iggy, blocked, banishes one of the defenders, but then goes down. The Stowaway, throw intercepted. Barker banishes the last defender, but needs to get the orb back. McCoss recovers instead. Core now with Barker once again. Double banishment, Barker for the win. Throws it in to seal the deal.
The
GG.
GG.
Or you could say they managed to avoid defeat.
Well played, you two.
The right
I was jumping high in that
is
one.
coming.
There were several
I was flying high.
characters who took flight there. I think Barker definitely got the highest near the end there. That was pretty incredible.
Until the next rite.
Iggy did in fact win. This is true.
I
All
got
right.
2 Brazen Manor scores as well with Leech.
Yeah.
Alright, GG's.
G to the
GG's, guys. Macaws Core, thank you both for stopping by. Good to get you in. And Lilac and Chewing Dragon, if both of you are still interested and available, can look to get you in now. Let me free Macaws. So as a little asterisk, depending on the state of the internet, we may or may not need to call upon someone. So, stay tuned if there is anyone else who is interested in potentially getting in soon. But let us try. Let us try.
Hello.
Hello. Let me get you an invite.
Alrighty. Let's all pray to the scribes.
Indeed.
The other day, like yesterday, suddenly, like, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think my internet problem, I'm not gonna jinx it, but I think my internet problem
Well,
just
hold
solved
on.
itself randomly.
Usually... Usually when you say I'm not gonna jinx it, the next line then proceeds to jinx it, so be careful.
That's... Good point. Good point.
Okay, well, let's see. Chewing Dragon, remind me, are you on controller or keyboard mouse? No, Lilac's on keyboard mouse. Chewing Dragon's on controller, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me make sure, Lilac, you have controls activated. Should be good
And-
now.
I'm going this week, I'm going to leave what triumvirate I am part of.
Oh.
I'm going to leave that in the hands of Chewing Dragon.
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Chewing Dragon gets to choose which triumvirate Lilac will play. Chewing Dragon, what do you choose to do with
Yes.
this power? Let me at least set up your
Is
your
Chewing
names
Dragon
here.
still with us?
He should theoretically
Chewing
be.
Dragon still with us? Like in the
Lilac plays the
what's
Withdrawn. Wait, you're the Withdrawn right now, Chewing Dragon.
Why? Yeah. Yeah.
Chewing Dragon.
Yeah.
You
Is it
managed to pick the
Withdrawn versus
one
Withdrawn?
the one triumvirate who you could not pick. Unless you're about to change off of the Withdrawn.
Also, why is Dread Design my theme?
I am not well, I mean, if we are truly taking this to mean you are going to play as the Withdrawn, then I guess from that standpoint it does make some sense.
I did ask for him to pick, so I can't really complain.
Beyonders for you, Chewing Dragon, is that right? Let me adjust. Play the Beyonders and invade Lilac's dreams. Oh dear. Okay. Well, let me just double check if we had anything else request-wise, but I think it's just the song, unless there's anything else people would like to do here. Of course, this will be our first match between Lilac and Chewing Dragon, so up to you as to whether you would like to give them the chance to warm up a bit.
Was there an arena request already?
There has not been one yet. Somehow, some way,
Great.
I knew that was coming. Alright, why don't we get this one started then? At least the team compositions will be up to the players.
I wonder how you possibly could have guessed. How on earth did you
No
guess?
chewing dragon, we made a rule. There will be no lore regarding actual people.
The Beyonders. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Thank you for that, by the way, Liz.
Just a reminder.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait. Your controls should be active. I do see you have
What?
some red lines
No, I
there
can
for your
Yeah,
connectivity.
I can move my mouse just fine.
Oh, now I see it moving.
I jinxed it. I jinxed it. I jinxed it.
Oh, no.
Next week, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything next time. It's been like really cold lately and stuff, and so like I've just mostly this past week just been like chilling out, trying to stay not cold, and so as a
I hope you
result,
haven't
I
been
kind
chilling
of
in that
forgot
case. I hope you've been
to
warming
work on
out
fixing
and warming
my
up.
whatever internet problems I have. Yeah, I've been warming out to the best of my ability, yes, but it's been very cold, so I have also been chilling a little bit, unfortunately.
Also, you did take 3 masteries on Orlek.
I'll just live with that. That is okay.
I mean, that if we were concerned about Orlek being too OP, there you go. Weakened by having only 3 masteries. Gareth on the other side.
Is someone else controlling my mouse?
Shouldn't be.
Or is that just my computer glitching out?
I mean,
Okay,
East Lock,
okay.
potentially, but outside of that, no.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy. Hmm. I wonder how this will affect the lore.
Cursed Talisman on the Stowaway. Same team as Gareth. See, no chewing dragon is scheming. It's his natural state of being.
Please don't disconnect me. Steam Remote Play. Please. Okay, thank you.
Sir Gilman.
Alright, so Lilac all locked in here. Chewing Dragon, again, may or may not be constructing a team less for the merits of the character's skills and abilities, and more so for whatever lore implications he might be trying to lean into here. So Stowaway, Gareth, and now Udmilda.
Chewing Dragon, tell me your plans.
Now begin.
Alright, now, as for whether the internet gods are smiling down upon us, there we go, okay. Oh, well, that's one of his plans, perhaps. Although, despite having transformed all of Lilac's teams into defenseless howlers, 2 out of 3 of those exiles have now returned in their usual form. Usually the idea there is to set up a score that cannot be defended against. I suppose eventually we do see Chewing Dragon score nonetheless. Chewing Dragon did take at least one, if not... No, he took at least 2 Cursed Talismans, possibly even all 3. So he cannot pick up the orb with Udmilda. I think the Stowaway has a chance of transforming into a defenseless howler. I didn't catch if Gareth had a Cursed Talisman.
Now go.
Here is the Stowaway. Shadow Stowaway, one might even say, with those raiments. But there she is, plunging for 20.
The Beyonders seem to want
And that does mean she's now gone in this round. Meanwhile, Orlek, banished. And both players, yeah, that looked a
Lilac
little
banished.
suspicious. Okay, I know.
It froze. It froze as Chewing Dragon was scoring, and I was like, this might be the end for me.
Okay. Well, I could try to get you back in. It
Can you
looked like Chewing
re-invite
Dragon
me?
was running into some issues as well. Yes, we can hear you. I couldn't
Thank
tell
you.
if Chewing Dragon was having connection issues, because it looked like he was also just kind of floating forward without doing much. And sometimes that is the telltale sign. Everything under control for Chewing
Maybe
Dragon?
it's-
Okay.
Maybe it's his special technique.
Yeah. Just all part of his elaborate plan. Alright, so I'll give you guys a countdown. I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, I'll hit resume. 3, 2, 1, go. Orb still unclaimed.
Didn't see it coming.
And it is rather close to Chewing Dragon's Pyre. And Chewing Dragon cannot pick up the orb with that character, so that means opportunity here for Orlek, but Gareth comes back and makes the score-saving play.
The orb
But he's banished before he can score himself. Orlek for Lilac. Biding some time, perhaps? Doesn't look like Orlek is trying to score himself here. Or at least, certainly, he's a little reluctant to at first. But he does eventually plunge here for 25.
the withdrawn hunger.
But it means no Orlek in this round. Meanwhile, Chewing Dragon is... Well, it's not really clear what Chewing Dragon is doing. Throwing the orb in the corner. He's done that much. As for why and how this plays into his fiendish plan, that remains to be seen.
Oh, Velvet Sun went poof.
Ah, now it becomes clear. Now it becomes clear. That is the only way you can score with Black Hoof, is if you have an exile who is already standing on top of the pyre, one with the Black Hoof, who receives a pass from a different exile, and in the briefest of moments before they drop the orb, they do technically still manage to plunge. As we see Chewing Dragon doing here in a more straightforward fashion. for 20 damage from, I think it must have been Gareth with Prayer Beads, because we know the Stowaway has a Cursed Talisman, so she would not have been back in this round had she plunged. There's a 25 damage plunge from Orlek. We know he does not have Prayer Beads either, though. Udmilda, once again, cannot pick up the orb. She can juggle it in place, though. In fact, it can move ever so slightly in a given direction, although I think on this occasion it's moving backwards, if anything.
She could be a professional juggler.
Udmilda's working on it. Chewing Dragon perhaps trying to do the opposite of what he just did. Instead of having Udmilda be the recipient, can Udmilda be the one passing? Well, I don't think that is the case, even with the Cursed Talisman. Well, primarily because of the Cursed Talisman. So instead, goes the more straightforward route. No Udmilda involvement necessary.
How very fortunate for you, Beyonders.
Shadow Stowaway. Oh, and she banishes Orlek somehow.
The orb.
And that is the Shadow Stowaway transforming into the Howler, courtesy of the other Cursed Talisman we were referring to earlier. Blackheart.
Well, now that was exciting.
And that Howler does not have an aura, and therefore cannot banish anyone. So Lilac need not be particularly concerned about that Howler. Orlek gets a little bit of extra air time, courtesy of the boat magic. That sets up this plunge, and that means one more Orlek plunge like that, and that would be all that Lilac needs. However, one score potentially could be all that Chewing Dragon needs as well. However, the only exile he has capable of dealing sufficient damage would be the one exile who cannot pick up the orb. Of course, we have seen Chewing Dragon still manage to score with that exile, but it's not exactly the most straightforward thing to do so. Which is to say, in all likelihood, for both players, they would need at least one more score before they would be threatening to finish the game. Now, Lilac and Chewing Dragon both up to something here. Neither one looking particularly keen on attacking or defending, at least until now. Gareth, in his angelic raiments.
The orb is taken. All of
Oh, and actually, even if Udmilda cannot pick up the orb herself, able to banish the entirety of Lilac's team, and that is certainly valuable. But Lilac did get Almer back in time. Almer. Banished here. Gilman takes his place, though. Blocked.
the orb is up.
Now back in Chewing Dragon's control and able to plunge in here, and with that, means that at this point, one score could be sufficient for Chewing Dragon from any of his exiles. Lilac actually has Orlek back, or at least had until he got banished there, and he would have sufficient damage as well. He was not in play in the previous round, which is why that was not relevant, but Chewing Dragon is able to score with Udmilda, and in doing so, takes the win.
GG.
Although
GG.
their adversaries put up quite an
GG.
effort.
Could you please not summon Islock on a Sunday?
Complete.
Very well said, I wrote her. Oh, well, let's head on
I mean,
back.
do you want us to do Right Night some other? What do you, should we do Right Night some other day of the week?
Or keep Islock out of this. Alright, well, I think I did just hear another person disconnect. I'm not sure which person it was. That Chewing Dragon? Thus, Lilac was cursed, says Chewing Dragon. It was Chewing Dragon who disconnected. Is that all for tonight, Chewing Dragon? He had one goal, one objective. His purpose here is now complete. All right, fair enough, I suppose. if you truly do not want to get back in, then that does mean we have room for someone else to hop in if anyone is interested in partaking of the rites. And Lilac, just to check back in, with the state of the internets, how are we feeling?
The state of the internets is, I think I could do like one more match because the internet, my connection was starting to like improve slightly, but I think I got one more match in me.
Okay.
If that is all right with the rest of you.
Well, let us know, chat, if anyone else wants to get in. It sounds like, at the very least, we're gonna need someone to hop in Chewing Dragon's place. If not...
Chewing Dragon, no!
But at least in the near future, we will likely also need someone to take Lilac's place. We did have Macaus in previously, and we could get Macaus back in, although if there is anyone who has not yet gotten the chance to play yet today, then, would want to make sure you have the opportunity to do so, so let us know if there is anyone who has yet to taste the action of the rites today. If not, then we may be calling Macaus's name once more.
Taste the raiments. The rainbow.
Taste the flames.
Yeah, that line actually goes hard. Actually, congrats.
I don't think I'm seeing anyone else right now, so it may be Macaus in that case, unless... Okay, iRotor says he can play for a bit. Let's get iRotor in, because he has not yet played today. And then, if Lilac is looking to swap out soon, and we don't have... Well, if Lilac is looking to swap out soon, and there's someone who also has not yet played today, of course we can look to get them in. If not, then we can have Macaus take Lilac's place. But that's all. A little bit speculative at this stage. Let us begin by inviting one Mr. iRotor. And for what it's worth, at least at the moment, Lilac, you are playing as iRotor's preferred team.
At this point, or... iRotor, would you prefer that I change teams?
Stay on the withdrawn if you want.
I mean, I didn't choose to be on the withdrawn,
Right.
so you can have it back. You can have him back.
I didn't choose this
I don't
life.
mind.
Bro, I can play withdrawn.
Chewing Dragon chose it for me. Also, I might be making a mistake by asking this now, as opposed to, like, before I leave. I guess I just want to ask before I forget. What was I gonna ask? But I can ask later. I'm having trouble articulating it, sorry.
No worries. Frost King, you missed one match in which Chewing Dragon came in to play Lilac and then immediately left afterward. He's like, my job here is done.
Oh, I was going to ask, basically, like, for the record, I don't have any new plot, that I haven't cooked up any new plot, but, like, I just wanted to check, are narrative-related requests still allowed so long as they don't clog up the queue and they're, like, more, straightforward?
Yeah, I think, you know, the big picture is that we don't want to get so bogged down in that stuff that it reduces the total number of rights we can have, because ultimately, you know, at the end of the day, we're here to play Pyre. And then the other thing is just a couple other things. Sometimes it gets confusing. It's not clear what exactly are people asking us to do, and then not only are we not playing Pyre, we're arguing semantics.
If you post a narrative and then post the exile request or whatever specifically separate.
Yeah, I was going to suggest something like that. I just wanted to check.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. I mean, stuff can still get kind of buried if we then go into pages upon pages of narrative,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you know, use some judgment there. But that's, I think, the key thing is if you can make the request itself simple, straightforward, and
Yes.
then after the fact you can, you know, add the additional flavor text you'd like.
Glad we share the same brain cell.
By the
actually,
way,
you
do
know
you
what?
want to be Pyre Heart?
Yeah, Lilac, which team did you want to be?
Fate today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because as we all know, second to the Nightwings, the Fate is the best triumvirate.
Whoa. Whoa, that is a very strong statement.
But they're also benefiting beyond the crystal. So there's like this thing going on, you know.
That doesn't negate the fact that they're the best.
Fair. Why don't we just start this and see how the connection is?
Yeah, that's a
And
good call.
then people have
Yeah.
requests, they can just do it during this match. And then
The fate versus the withdrawal.
suffering a bit for me too, but
Welcome.
we'll see.
Who
Okay.
shall conduct the rites?
We did have the savage one with us.
Hmm?
But
Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot about that. You are right. Hold on, let me double check.
I can.
We did have a
mirror.
request. I forgot about that.
Whoops.
Lilac must use Gareth and the Stowaway and use the rings. That is still possible. That is still possible, but as a reminder, I forgot about that.
Chewing Dragon, what is your least favorite animal? Because if tell me, and I will put it in your plumbing.
What? Put it in
Did you not?
plumbing?
Did you? Did you not read the chat earlier?
Oh, I might have missed it.
I
Put
told him that I
a
would
wild
put-
polar
I
bear
told
in
him-
your plumbing system
I told
somehow.
him, I told him I would put frogs in your plumbing, but then he was like, "Oh, I like to eat frogs," and
Oh,
so I
God.
can't do that. So I can't do frogs. Train Dragon, what is your least favorite animal?
Also, it would help if they conveniently fit into standard-sized plumbing.
Yes. Hey Lids, what's the policy on
Choose
completely
someone.
ignoring requests?
Don't?
Okay. Okay. If I must. If that's how it's gotta be.
Watch Toon Dragon say his least favorite animal is a unicorn. It's like, darn it! How do I do that?
Maybe I will pick armor, but that will provide an incentive to not win this fight for Lilac, so maybe I won't.
Wait, come again?
I would maybe pick armor, but it will provide for you an incentive to not win this ride, so I won't.
I see.
Also, Toon Dragon says he was stalked by bears repeatedly in his dreams. So he kinda doesn't like
God.
them now. So maybe I was onto something. And if you can find a way to fit bears into his plumbing system, then honestly, props to you, because that's impressive.
There's water bears. I could fit those into
Now
his
you're
plumbing.
thinking.
What do you, Lids? What do you see in this man?
Well, I mean, first of all,
What
he's
do you
wearing the
see in
wrong
this
raiments.
You say that as though the Fate raiments are not stylish.
I mean, he makes any raiment more stylish. This is true. But he is still wearing the wrong raiments.
I'm kind of scared to ask, but Lids, what's your opinion on this little pairing that Chewing Dragon has concocted?
No comment.
What does that mean?
No comment.
Exile.
Are you scared to tell me? Lids?
I plead the fifth.
You can't hide from me, Lids.
I have the right to remain silent. Meanwhile, while we had that request that affected Lilac, we see I wrote her with an all demons team here.
Glory first.
And with Brazen Manor gets 40 damage on that plunge.
'Tis taken.
I wrote her back in possession. This time it's 30 via a demon throw. Ispaleth looking to banish with that Celestial Spike, but instead Lilac recovers with Gareth. But everyone down. Time now for Iroder and what could very well be the winning score.
GG.
And there it is.
GG.
Here's the pairing of over quickly.
They vastly outperformed their adversaries.
GG.
Hmm?
The right is
How was the connection?
Huh?
Was the connection okay?
until the next.
For me?
Yeah.
It was...
It was a little better. I'm whispering in case my computer can hear me.
Okay, well, you do also realize you are currently speaking into your computer.
No one can hide from remote play. It's pointless.
Right? Oh god, that's nightmare fuel. Oh my goodness.
Remote
No
play,
one
like,
can hide
is
from
just
remote play.
incarnation of Eastluck and will follow you into your dreams.
Oh god,
No, I wrote her, no! Why did you say that?
Why would you even suggest that?
Oh no. Well, Core has given us a request for no requests on Exiles, Talismans, and Masteries, so all that stuff is up to the players. What is my favorite plumbing? I don't know. Alright, we do have a song and arena, though. Grand Ceremony. Oh, I totally went... No, I did not go past it. Grand Ceremony and the Ridge of Gold. Okay, and that means we've basically accounted for everything here.
I was gonna... Oh, yeah. Okay.
The fate shall now face the withdrawn. Welcome.
Alright, so team composition,
Who
totally
shall
up to you.
conduct the rites.
You know, Lids, at first I was ambivalent as to your feelings. Like, I was just asking out of curiosity what you think of,
Wait, Savage,
Oh,
first.
yes, you do have the hangover effect on the savages, just as
We
a
could
heads up.
do a restart right.
We
that
could,
should fix
yeah.
it.
You can do that if you want.
I was going to say, at first I was like, oh, I'm just curious, what's your opinion on
Shall
this,
now
on this,
face the withdrawn.
this pairing? But now that you're, like, avoiding telling me,
Who shall conduct
I'm
the rites?
I'm curious, Lids.
Oh, I don't know.
Now that you're dodging, you're dodging the question, Lids. Will you ever tell me your feelings?
What,
on
about
this
specifically
pairing?
Gareth and the Stowaway?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Gareth is the most stylish man on the downside. So he's a very wanted man in that way.
I guess. But the Stowaway, personally, she doesn't strike me as the type that would take interest in a guy like Gareth.
Go on.
And that may be the case.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we'll get a speedy Orlek here.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the you know how I had a mouse emergency?
Yeah.
Were you at all curious as to what happened there?
Well, I mean, as I said, I was not 100% certain as to whether we were referring to the piece of electric technology used to input stuff on your computer or the rodent.
No,
So I kind of needed to confirm one way or
I
another
was
there
referring-
before I was able to go much further.
I was in fact referring to the electronic device. Do not worry.
Headwind.
But
Demon.
essentially, I was like busy with some other stuff, and so I come back into my room, and I'm like, oh boy, I can't wait to participate in the rites. And I have cats, and so I come into my room, and I see that my cats have knocked my mouse pad off of my desk and onto the floor.
Okay.
And so
10 seconds to
have-
finish the story before I pick.
Huh?
10 seconds to finish the story before I put in my pick.
I'm very sorry the audio got weird.
He's just
but-
saying he's
I
about
think I
to.
point this now. I've had you have 10 seconds to tell the story before I select and the right starts.
Ah, okay. Basically, my cats knocked my mouse pad off the table, and so I had to go and wash it, which was an unpleasant process.
Oh. So your cat's treated your mouse like a mouse. Not quite.
Yes. Yes.
Alright. Well, anyways, here we go. As this time, it's Double Demon and an Imp Friar Rotor. It is Orlek, Pamitha, and Headwind for Lilac, and it is Irotor getting us started with a 30 damage plunge. Orlek. He's quick. Not quick enough on that occasion. Vispalette, through the portal, gets the infinite stamina in the process. That sets up this throw, good for 30 damage.
The withdrawn on our favor to prevail.
Orlek back at it here, but once again, he's taken out. Jody retreats, but still goes down. Now Raji sets up a portal, and that might have been the thing that Irotor was looking for, rather than scoring directly with the Imp. But Lilac gets Headwind back just in
Chain
time to make
Dragon.
the stop.
Chain Dragon, you are saying a lot of words, and none of them are in the Book of Rites.
Orlek was struck. The fate of
And
banished
Raji
to
goes on a
wrath.
banishing spree here, but it does slow Irotor down. The Typhoon Bottle, preventing him from sprinting, jumping, throwing, or using any other special abilities, while Lilac is defenseless. Now Vispaletho momentarily back at full power, though she was eventually banished. Vispaletho again, this time with the throw. Good for another 30. Vispaletho banishes 2 with 1 throw. Does mean Lilac defenseless, which does mean Irotor can no longer throw, and opts not to go for the plunge. Instead waits for one of the defenders to return so that he can throw again, and does still have time to do that, and get the full 30 damage out of it. That means 1 score, potentially all that Irotor needs here, and it could come from any of his exiles. Will it be Vispaleth?
And it
Did
is
it?
Yes, it will.
GG.
the withdrawn
GG.
prevail.
GG.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
Well played, you two.
The rite is ended.
Alright, and as we head on back, Irotor
Until
sets
the
us up for a
stars
customized off match. So randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Vispaleth, turning Pyre into shot put, indeed. Alright, let's reset this stuff before we forget.
I think I love RITE NITE, but
The lag is too
my
potent?
internet. The lag is too potent. It's to the
It's
point
too
that
strong!
It's, like, not. It's too strong.
I can't
it's,
fight
like,
it any
potent.
longer.
It's bad to like the point that I'm not really enjoying myself in terms
That's
of
fair.
gameplay.
That's totally fair.
Thank you.
Thank you for
so,
attempting to soldier on. Your fight was
any
valiant.
salutes to you.
Alright. Well, thank you for stopping by, Lilac. Let me,
Sure thing. I will
Let's see.
now be in the chat causing all sorts of chaos.
Okay.
Farewell.
Farewell.
And to Chewing Dragon, I will find a way to put bears in your plumbing. Goodbye.
Thanks for the ride.
GG's. Alright, well, that does mean we would be looking for someone to hop in and take Lilac's place, and that means if there's anyone who has not yet played today, would give preference to you to get the chance. Hop in for a few matches. If not, I know at one point we had Macaw saying he could potentially hop back in. Frost King can try for a little bit if no one else is interested. Frost King, you have not yet played today, so you are welcome to give it a shot. Thanks, Macaws. Thanks, Macaw. So yeah, why don't we, in that case, we'll give it a shot with Frost King, and then if for whatever reason we run into issues, we can have Macaws hop in. How's that sound? Just 1 minute? Okay, no worries. We do already have this one set up for customize off, so we will be giving Frost King quite the warm-up, I suppose. And Frost King, I think, uses controller usually, right? If I remember correctly? Not keyboard mouse? That's not how you spell king. You know, Macaws? You make a very good point. I had not thought of it that way. You might be right about that. That's food for thought. Alright.
Hello.
Hey, Frost King. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
Let
you got?
me get you an invite. Let me know if I need to resend that.
I think I see it. I'm just making sure the controller will connect, which it appears to.
Oh, sorry, you're also coming through pretty quiet. It's a little hard to hear you.
Sorry, is that any
That's
better?
better. That's much better. Yeah. But sorry,
Okay,
what
I
were you
should
saying
be
earlier, though?
joining
Do you
now.
want me to resend you the invite?
Oh no, I was just making sure the controller was connected, which
Oh,
I think
gotcha.
it is, so I should be trying to join now.
Gotcha. Now, Rotor, you turned customize off. I saw you turn
For
it
some
back
reason, I
up.
thought we already played it. Right? I put him.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought that ride was already over, but unfortunately.
No. We still have it. And, Frost King, if you hit the bumpers on your controller... Oh! Is Frost King player 2? Looks like...
It is.
Yes,
Yes,
otherwise
so-
I couldn't
Oh yeah,
this,
right. Okay, hold on. Let me swap that around then. I have you guys mixed up here. Let's see. This is iRotor. This is
Let's try it again, Frost King.
Frost King.
Pardon?
What's the team? What's the triumvirate again?
I don't. Sometimes Nightwings, but I think I'll play the Essence today.
Essence. Okay. Okay. All right. I have you guys set up now. Okay. So, as a reminder, heads up, we do have Customize Off set for this one, so randomized Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans. Great way to warm up Frost King, although, as Macaus was saying earlier, is that something a Frost King wants to do? Or is that counterproductive? The world may never know. But if you guys are ready, let's get started.
The withdrawn shall...
Well, we are in a Frost arena of sorts. Cur, Savage, Imp for iRotor.
Commence.
Double Cur and Demon for Frost King. I did not remember that the Essence colors were also this green, at least for the auras. Palmer. Go straight. Oh, with Astral Eye, a little bit of extra damage for iRotor. Some bonus value there. Does come at the cost of reduced hope. But now Living Flame. A little bit of bonus damage there as well, except actually, that means iRotor must be all left side, because otherwise that would have been 28 damage. Because that talisman gives +8. So he must have had 15 to start with. Which means he does not have the first mastery on the right side, which means he has all the masteries on the left side. Almer, oh, had a very dangerous portal there. And there is the extra damage once again coming into play here.
Now to the flame.
Withdrawn 8 radioactive spiders. It's not often we see, or the essence, you mean. It's not often we see the essence these days. Once upon a time, it was one of the more popular triumvirates.
Spectacularly done.
But these bonus damage talismans, they're really starting to add up here for
We
iRotor.
are finished here.
At this point, one score likely all he would need.
The sacred
Except,
ritual has kept the
Frost
flame
King had
alive.
some rekindling coming from the talisman that we did not know of in advance. Oh, and black, I did not even realize until just now that there was black hoof on Visible F. I imagine that was not the first time we saw that, but that does certainly complicate things for Frost King.
Ho, ho, ho.
Barker, Fryrotor, banished there. Dalbert, banished, and now Frost King momentarily defenseless. And with that
GG.
score, iRotor takes the
GG.
win.
The withdrawn prevail. Most excellently done this time, I must admit.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two. Now let's head on back.
Until the stars.
Okay, I like this promise.
Yeah, like, what exactly does that mean?
Triple M probably.
Probably triple imp.
I'm not
Also-
sure if it's double triple imp against triple imp or just one-sided triple.
Yeah,
imp.
one side definitely has 3 imps. One team has triple imp. Okay. I'm surprised you remember the name of the penguins.
How could you not?
I mean, it does ring a bell now that I see them written here, but then again, I don't know. They had a bunch of different spin-off movies about Madagascar and the penguins specifically, right? So I definitely saw the original Madagascar, but I'm not sure I saw any of the follow-up ones, so maybe it's more of a recent memory for other people than it is for me. iRotor putting us
I
at the
primarily
boat.
watched.
I mean, I remember their names now that I see them written. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember Rico, Skipper, and Kowalski. But I mean, the original Madagascar came out, what, at least 15 years ago, something like that. They stole the ship and crashed it. That does sound like a very Penguins thing. Alright, in that case, I think we're probably good to go here. Just a matter of which of these two wants to take the All Penguins team. And by All Penguins, I of course mean all imps.
The withdrawn versus the essence.
Okay, do we want to take the imps or should I take them?
Welcome.
I'm fine either way.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Yeah, no, those names don't mean anything to me. Also, if anyone would mind Googling the original Madagascar to see how long ago it came out, that would be nice. I'm pretty sure it's about 15 years, yeah. I mean, they had a bunch of sequels / spin-offs. So that kind of makes it seem like it was more recent than that. Maybe 20. Yeah, honestly? Yeah, it might be closer to 20. Came out in 2005. There you go. 20 years old.
Messenger imp.
Alright, so I wrote. Oof. Oh, we're so old. We remember something from 20 years ago.
20 years is a long time.
Headwind.
By some accounts, I suppose. But Iroder is, as we were discussing, electing to choose the Penguins team.
No. Frost King.
Oh, sorry, no, Frosty.
Tizo. Exile.
Instead, I don't believe Iroder has any Penguins on his team. I mean, that would be perhaps against the lore in that case.
Yeah, the worms are not angry, the penguins have the ship.
That's understandable, yeah. Okay, you lost me there. The one where they fought the evil octopus. Of course, yeah. I totally remember that.
Exile.
Alright, well here we go.
Now begin.
The Penguins against those who were previously
In honor of the scribe.
driving this ship. The captain, of course, Headwind, the one who frequently gets seasick, along with the worms. And it is the worms. We've gotten off to a quick start here, plunging for a couple of 15 damage plays. It's a dangerous portal. Wait, which portal is that? Oh, well, it has to be Frost King's portal, in which case, yes, it is dangerous. Otherwise, I was going to say, those portal colors are going to be hard to differentiate.
Right in.
But I wrote her, now with another 15 damage score from his worms. Frost King stopped, but once again creates a dangerous portal. But Iroder can reset that portal if he is to score, except that throw is slightly short. Frost King, to portal or not to portal, that is the question. Rotor still in possession here, and the portal does get reset, so even though Frost King has possession again, it's not quite as rewarding to use that portal as it might have been merely a minute ago.
All of the essence gone.
Headwind, opportunity here for an uncontested score,
It has gone in.
and he throws that for 20.
Such chaos.
Headwind again. Back to Lady River, who's banished. Gilman. Throw looks like it might be short. So Frost King retrieves. Tizo, oh, elusive, but does eventually go down. Nifty maneuver, though. Frost King perhaps once again eyeing the portal, except right as Frost King was about to use it, it once again gets reset. Not nearly as valuable as it once was. Tizo now. Blocked. And banished. Gilman. Pyre Rotor. Goes the throwing route, but again, it's just slightly short for Rotor. Oh, and some serious boat magic plays for Frost King, setting up this 15 damage in plunge. Does, however, mean no Tizo in this round. Raji, oh, sniped. Really, just shotgun blast more than anything from Headwind. That sets up this score for 20 damage.
The rite is nearly ended.
Rotor with the throw, and it's just enough
GG.
to take the win.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
Their pyre yet burns with vigor and resolve.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Alright, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there is anything we're looking for the next one. Otherwise, we'll reset ourselves here. Not seeing anything request-wise from chat at the moment. Let us know if you do have anything in mind, otherwise we can leave it up to the players to go with whatever they'd like. So it looks like that's what we'll go with this time round. Ah, the cooldown. That's okay, we can get it for the next one then. Fall of Solium.
On the essence. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
It'll be Prayer Beads Pamitha for Rotor. Speedy Bertrude for Frost King.
Exile.
Webbed Lanthorn Raji for Rotor. Oh, okay. Yeah, give us the details when we're setting up for the next one, Lilac, then. Extra hope on the stowaway. Don't see that one too often. And then quick throwing Viz Paleth in the last spot for iRotor. Extra banishment time for Gilman. That's the final choice, so here we go. Frost King with a quick attack, but iRotor blocked Frost King's priority move.
Now go.
Now with Vizpaleth, gets the orb back, and oh, the throw is just short of the target. Frost King now recovers. Stowaway. She's banished. Now it's Vizpaleth through the portal and getting infinite stamina in the process, helping to set up this throw.
Good.
Vizpaleth again. The throw a little bit short again, though. Frost King with Bertrude cut off.
Somebody get the orb.
Raji now. Sets up a portal. Fairly dangerous one at that. Vizpaleth goes through it, but Frost King in possession. Now that iRotor has it back, though, on the attack with Vizpaleth, and 30 damage on this throw. Hamatha switches to Vizpaleth, who just barely avoids getting banished. Uses the banishing throw to get rid of one defender, and then on the second throw, gets this one in. That means one score, potentially all that iRotor needs here. Any of his exiles would have enough.
The orb is taken.
And thus far it has been, by and large, the Vizpaleth show. Will that trend continue? Well, not this time. With another portal, iRotor takes Hamatha through, and she's the one.
GG.
The winning score.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
Their adversaries did not even come close.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Okay, with Lilac, I have some idea what your favorite exiles are. With
Until
Chewing
the
Dragon, I have
next
idea for
round.
one. So I need like 3 more exiles here. Oh no, just 2. I think I can guess Lilac 3.
Let's see. So the request, for what it's worth, was Lilac said Chewing Dragon's favorite 3 characters against Lilac's favorite 3 characters. So I'm assuming Lilac is going to give us the specifics there, but maybe Lilac is saying, no, it's your best guess. It's up to you to decide.
For Lilac, it's probably a Stowaway, Alma, and Oralek. Maybe there's some variation here, but that's my guess. With Chewing Dragon, it's definitely Barker, but then I have no clue.
Okay, it's up to the players to make their best guess. Okay, so I will
Okay.
reserve judgment until we see what the other people think.
Not
Oralek,
Oralek.
okay.
Oh, Lilac giving some pretty big hints there. Okay. Well, let's get the match started, and yeah, we're gonna have to put on our thinking caps for this one.
The withdrawn shall confront the essence.
And I suppose the players are also going to have to establish which of the teams they are choosing. Looks like with this Barker selection, well, iRotor implied, outright said before, that was likely with Chewing Dragon in mind. Is that the case, iRotor?
Yes.
Okay, so iRotor is going Team Chewing Dragon. That means Frost King will be going Team Lilac. Lilac did say not Orlek. even though perhaps...
Stowaway
some
does have a
of
whole
thoughts-
penalty, by the way, so...
Oh, she does. Heads up. Do we wanna reset the right real quick, just to get rid of that? I feel like that's the right move. Hold on. Don't want... If you feel like you are... Oh, whoops. If you feel like you are required via request to take the stowaway, don't want you to be forced into taking an exile who has a stat penalty.
The withdrawn.
And perhaps fittingly, we now get a random vote.
The essence.
Okay, if I'm not starting with Barker here, what would Aura next? So, Messenger Imp is a strong guess, I think. Snadra maybe, Ignarius also maybe.
What about Manly?
Mandy's also a really strong one. Yeah, but I'm
Just
not sure.
think about
which of
all
them.
of the lore that Chewing Dragon has created and which exiles come up most often.
Amethyst also guess. I could go with. Alright. Amethyst comes up really often. I think Mandy has this extra douche factor that Chewing Dragon wouldn't pass up. So it's like, it's really hard.
Well,
Let's go for it.
Alright, so Manly it is, locked in as team member 1 for Team Chewing Dragon. Frost King takes the stowaway in the first spot for Team Lilac.
messenger.
And Rotor says Messenger Imp in the second slot. Okay.
I
Team
do
Chewing
agree. I
Dragon.
do think Elmer is probably there
Yeah, I think.
or thereabout.
But I don't really have an idea for the third one. Maybe Dollbot, but I'm not quite sure. Probably not Dollbot, probably someone else. Maybe Ignarius also guess.
Alma.
Almer locked in. Now, of course, with the third
Tizo.
one, it gets
Tizo.
tricky. Tizo could be.
Yeah, true, that's also a strong one.
Up to you to guess. No answers yet. Alright, so it's Barker in the last spot for iRotor. So Team Chewing Dragon is all locked in here. But the final choice for Team Lilac, as everyone's been saying,
Okay.
that might be a little tricky.
I
Several
am leaning
candidates.
towards Tizo here. I've got a feeling that could be it.
Okay, I will tell you, Lilac has given you one more hint. Lilac says no, Iggy is Ari's favorite, not Lilac's favorite. So Frosking will lock in Tizo in that last spot, and we will see. Of course, I'm not sure if Chewing Dragon is still around to confirm how iRotor did on his end, but Lilac, I'm sure, will tell us how Frost King did.
To strike their adversary's flame.
As for the right itself,
Now go.
iRotor gone off with a relatively quick start there. Sap throw. And now with Messenger Imp, an extra, fair bit of extra damage on Messenger Imp.
The
A
essence
full
seems to be falling
33
behind.
damage from that plunge. Oh, okay. It looks like Frost King might have nailed it. At least when it comes to the team selection. Messenger Imp. Oh, big boat magic at play there. Setting up a, again, 33 damage Imp plunge. Huge. Barker seals the deal.
GG.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
It was as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right. So we'll head on back, and as I said, I mean, I don't know if Chewing Dragon is still here to verify how iRotor did with the team selection there, but it sounds like Frost King might have gone 3 for 3. And with that, given the hour, I'm thinking this might end up being our penultimate rite. The last one in which we take requests before we go into the Liberation Rite. So if there is anything else we would like to see before the night is through, Frost King says, hold on. We need to turn Customize off, and I can respect that. I can respect that. Alright. We could still do an arena, I suppose, or a song, if either of those are of interest, but otherwise we have just about everything else locked in here. But if not, then I suppose we're good to go.
The withdrawn
Okay.
shall now face
For iRotor,
the
it's
essence.
Sap, Savage, and Crone. For Frost King, it's Demon, Nomad, and Worm. See what else we can learn as both players experimenting a little bit, especially when it comes to their salutes, trying to figure out, do they have any abilities tied to those or not? I don't really think I saw anything. Oh. No worries. No worries. Well, oh, not enough time actually to get that throw off there. Frost King, well-timed stop. And oh, the aura just large enough to stop Frost King's attack there, and iRotor just barely able to make it in there with the Crone for a 30 damage plunge. No prayer beats. That means iRotor is now Croneless, has Luminous Idol on Volfred. Huh. It's a bit of an interesting one. Couldn't tell you when I last saw that. Gilman, Stubborn Flame active for iRotor, because Frost King had extra starting Pyre life, likely coming from Vizpaleth's Mastery. That means that Frost King was doing 10 less damage, and iRotor is doing 8 more damage than usual with that throw.
Withdrawn's pyre now burns relatively brighter.
No, also, that's not how you spell his name, but yes. iRotor, big leap into the Pyre there for 25. Someone smarter than me could surmise what that means in terms of what Vorfrit's masteries are. Ispaleth. Orbit inadvertently hits Frost King's Pyre, bounces back out.
That's all left side.
That means all left side? Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense, I suppose, because we do know that iRotor has the Stubborn Flame. Oh, big banishments there, and suddenly opportunity here for Gilman. He'll sneak around the other side for a 15 damage plunge. And this time, Stubborn Flame not active, so Frost King does get the full value. Oh, they were lined up there. Frost King able to get one banishment, but wasn't able to get the one that mattered most, as iRotor able to take his Crone in for a 23 damage throw.
The orb is up.
Frost King trapped a bit there. Rotor, if he's quick, can get 25 from this throw, but that Crone Mastery or lack thereof is the difference between that being the winning score and not, because only 25, not the typical 30 you tend to see, is what's leaving Frost King still standing here with 4 Pyre life left. But opportunity now for Volfred, and with that throw, Rotor
GG.
takes the win.
The withdrawn prevail. And what a
GG.
crushing victory it was.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Alright. And as we head on back here,
Until the stars align.
as I said, I was going to set us up for the Liberation Rite on this one. We did get a request from Lilac that came just a little bit late. If you guys are good to stick around for a little while longer, we could do one more to squeeze in Lilac's request before we do the Liberation Rite. Does that work?
That works for me, if it works for everyone else.
Is that okay with you, iRotor? Okay. If so, then that would mean Stowaway and Almer on the same team? Is that what you had in mind, Lilac? Or Stowaway against Almer? And then Phaler comes in with the Imp Arena request. Okay. I also did just present you with an either or, and you said yes, which does not answer the question. Nor does saying no. Stowaway against Almer. Okay, there we go.
Ooh.
Stowaway against Almer at the Isle of Kalamer. This will be our penultimate rite. Next one will go with the Liberation Rite. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I would have expected that to be Stowaway plus Almer on the same team.
Confront
That is
the
not the case.
essence. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So Rotor comes in and immediately claims Almer. So that means Frost King will be Team Stowaway here. Frost King potentially making a statement, taking the ring there. As it'll be Web Lanthorn Raji in the second spot for iRotor. And it'll be Tizo with the other ring.
Oh wait, can you reinvite me? It's lagging for me.
Oh, yeah, I can uninvite, reinvite. Let's see. Invite should be on its way.
Okay, it seems a bit better.
Okay.
Demon.
Meta Viz Bleth in the last spot for iRotor. speedy headwind for Frost King.
Now begin.
Ulmer first to the orb, and he leaps in here for 20 damage. Ulmer banishes one, but then gets banished. Now Tizo for Frost King. Just quick enough to avoid Vispaleth and make it in for a 15 damage plunge. Imps were kind of blocking iRotor, but with the teleportation, able to circumvent that issue and hop in for 20 damage from Ulmer. Now it's Vispaleth. Banishes one, gets the orb back. Banishes two, gets the orb back. Banishes the third in a different way, but third time was not the charm as Vispaleth went down, but Ulmer picks up where Vispaleth left off. And lightning fast play from Ulmer, but he also got banished in the process. Vispaleth gets rid of one. Now gets rid of two. Now room for Vispaleth, which she capitalizes on here with a 30 damage throw. Wall of imps in the middle again. They'll slow the players down a bit, but iRotor in possession here with Vispaleth.
GG.
He takes the win.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
They overwhelm their adversaries utterly.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's
Alex feeling
proceedings.
evil today. Careful, that way lies the path to chewing dragon.
Until
Watch
the
yourself.
next Right.
Alright, but now I think it is time for our final rite of the night, our liberation rite, which of course would bring us to the Fall of Solium. We'll turn the sermon intro on. We'll go Essence Edition. It's another one that we don't hear very often nowadays. And no requests from chat for this one. We're going to have both players taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style. So if you both are ready, let us begin.
I bid you welcome, exiles. You are gathered at the Fall of Solium. Here you may yet prove your worth. Prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. The withdrawn stand prepared. The essence stand prepared. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, so as we said, this will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rites of both players taking their preferred teams here. For iRotor, that is a Meta Vispaleth in the lead.
Careful, having us quickness penalty.
Oh yes, we do have that, that's true. It'll be Ulmer with the extra starting Pyre life as Frost King's lead. iRotor taking a Typhoon Bottle Jody in the second spot. Frost King will take Ignarius with the Mottled Flask. Rotor goes triple demon here with Speedy Ignarius in the last spot. Frost King finishes with a Speedy Tamitha. Alright, so here we go, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite, our Rotor on the left representing the Withdrawn, and Frost King on the right representing the Essence. Best of luck to you both.
GG.
There it is.
Withdrawn have proved their worth.
GG.
Their adversaries they defeated utterly.
And
Well
again,
played,
Ignarius won.
Ignarius, proving to always be the victor. Well, as we were saying, that was our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and everybody who gave us their requests in chat as well.
Thanks for thanks for hosting. Thanks for the games
Yeah,
hosting.
thanks for hosting.
GG's, guys. I am going to hop out of Discord, and I'm going to free them from Steam Remote Play if they haven't run away already. Have they? They may have. They're free. They're free. They know the deal. Alright, well, as I said, that was our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. Default wallpaper. Alright. But, thank you everybody who participated in the rites. And everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. Yeah, it's just the default. It's just the default wallpaper. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights. My streaming schedule is weeknights. We're doing a combination of Path of Exile 2 and The First Descendant. Fridays, we're doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Saturdays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and then obviously Sundays, Pyre multiplayer. Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. And also doing some Hades 2 videos straight to YouTube. If you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification when I go live. Also at Lids Vids on Twitter, I post there when I go live as well, but actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is my Discord, which you can join by clicking on that link right there. That's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.